Remo Stars arrived yesterday at about 12 minutes past 3. For South Africa times, it will be 12 minutes past 4, right? In South Africa, that was Friday. The plan was to arrive on Thursday, right? For the second leg, after that 5-1 demolition, But there was talk about visa issues and all of that. We don't know the situation yet because Remo Stars have not put out an official statement. Yeah. We're just hearing from some of our colleagues who said, oh, they had issues and all of that. We don't know what's happening. But something we know is that when it comes to logistics and travel, NFF, not just the NFF, our sports is in a mess. Yeah. It happened at the World Championships, the issue with Toby Amusa, and then we even had more officials having visas and athletes themselves not having visas. Yeah. So more often than not, we are, because of precedent, we would say that it's more likely that the error was from the part of logistics, from maybe the club officials or the Football Federation or somewhere there, more often than not.
Now, most of the time, it's always our fault. It's always the fault of those who are in charge of logistics and how to transport the players from where they are coming from to where they are going to. Yeah. It's not going to be the first time. I think the last time also Benden Insurance had something similar when they were supposed to play in Northern African country too as well. Yeah. And they also made some complaints about I can't remember the team now, whether it was Wydad or Esperance of I really cannot remember.
It was Esperance.
Yeah, it was Esperance. And they complained. They also made mention of some of the dark arts where their hotel, they were always making noise, this and that.
We saw it. Galatasaray did it to Liverpool.
Yeah. So I was like, no, you don't have to complain about these things. These are normal things that, the dark arts of football where the thin lines, you just have to, toe the thin lines. Don't go over. That gray area. Yeah. Don't just go overboard, and all that. But look, whether the transportation and all that, I don't think it's going to have any effect on how Remo Stars will perform tomorrow.
How do you think they'll perform?
It's not going to be the first time. We saw the value jets too as well. The Super Eagles had the crack, their plane to fly. So it's a Nigerian thing where we're never prepared. We're never, I don't want to say perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
There is this near perfection for some other teams or some other countries. But for Nigeria, it's just complete disorganization. And you wonder, is this a country where we have leaders, we have heads, we have people in charge of one position or the other? But I don't want us to dwell on this. I want us to dwell on the beautiful game itself. Remo Stars will be traveling this time around, will be away to Mamelodi Sundowns. What can they do? Would a miracle happen? I really don't know. This miracle will be the first I'm going to see in a long time as an adult. Because trust me, if you can be beaten 5-1 on home soil,
and you turn it around.
How do you turn around something like that somewhere else where a team is more balanced, more comfortable when they're at home? When they're at home, it's pure annihilation. So I really cannot tell. Maybe Sundowns would show some respect and be like, I think the 5-1 we gave them away from home, it's okay. Let's not embarrass them too much.
I don't think it's a good.
Let's just go with J1. Let's not deal with them too much. Let's save our strength. Or they go full throttle and be like, no, we're not saving anybody.
Let's go down. What do you think would happen? Full throttle, or would they relax?
I would suggest they should please use their team B.
I was talking to somebody.
They have the quality.
And that was on YouTube, and the person was like, look, our team B is as good, or maybe even better than team A.
Yeah, and they even came out to even rubbish the MPFL title that, look, you guys are just champions of Nigeria. Look at what we did to you, 5-1. I mean, you could not even salvage something in front of your own crowd and all of that. But, just like we said last week, it's like you are playing babies against men when it comes to this competition. I mean, you are playing new boys against, I won't call them season champions, but they've won it at least. And they've got into the finals. They were finalists last season. So, I mean, just like Theosi said, let's focus on the beautiful game.
Michael, I'd quickly like to add something. Yeah. Sorry. Before, like I said, 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago, I started coming around to the MPFL saying, okay, yes, there have been some improvements, no doubt, but not so great on the grand scheme of things if you compare with other African leagues. Yeah. But in-house, there have been improvements where we're not having that abridged league anymore, where we're also on schedule. We're on time. The scheduling, we see it starting from August, will end at the right time. And we're not going on break when the international break comes on and then the league is going on suspension. Why? What's your business? Do you have any player playing for the national team? Go ahead as usual. The same way we see the League 1 and League 2 in England. Go ahead.
Even MLS runs.
Exactly. So even some other leagues, maybe the Polish league or so, they go ahead because it's none of your business. You have no reason. You don't have any player being called up. or anything. Now, after that 5-1 against Sundowns, and aside from the 5-1 against Sundowns, I did some research. I looked back. It's not just even Northern African countries. Solid teams, Asante Kotoko, Black Bulls. Which team defeated Abia Warriors as well?
Arts? Was it Arts?
Is it Arts now? I think so, but to get to the point, is that our league, it's not even strong. It's not the toughest league. We're not strong. You know why? You play against Rivers United. Maybe you're playing a 1-1, you're playing a 2-1. Yeah. Next, you're playing the Ikorodu City. Who are these people? They get bashed, when they get beaten, when they even... what are we saying? Yeah. Like, they are not during the... And don't forget, there's this theory I also feel. I'm not saying... let me just say, okay, maybe allegedly. I feel like if you win today, maybe you win 2 games on the bounce. Yeah. The next game, you're not winning it. There is this in-house caucus that... this person is the next person to win. This person is the next person to win.
It's like prearranged.
They're playing a game.
Prearranged.
Yes,
you see, like you just mentioned
it's like the league is scripted.
It's shocking. Yes, it's shocking that the champion of South Africa. You know, I mentioned that. Why would it be that the champion of South Africa and champion of Nigeria are meeting in the qualification phase? Yeah. And I thought about it that the distance of the league is so much that the champion of South Africa is using the champion of Nigeria to wipe the floor, like
so what are we saying?
Wiping the floor.
The league is scripted. There's no person that would win the league and be like, oh, you saw the trajectory, hard fought victory, they got there. Yeah. If you look at it, there's so many controversies from red cards.
They're still even doubting the Remo Stars winning.
Yes, from red cards to match fixing to so many things. The MPFL itself, it's a big mess that you cannot really fathom. You cannot really place your hand on it and see how you...
It's a terrible mess.
It's not enough metrics. If you are champion of the MPFL, it's not enough metric that you do well.
All right, now talking about the lineup, now let's get to see the lineup for that Remo Stars or for Mamelodi Sundowns as they go up against Remo Stars. Maybe let's start with Mamelodi Sundowns at the expected lineup. We don't know exactly what would happen, but let's look at that lineup. Would they use a team B? Would they use a team A? At times also, you know, there's always a mix. You might not change the whole thing because, of course, you need to keep your players fresh. You need to keep them bubbling.
Us. Just use your team A. Yes, now that's showing respect.
Okay, let's take a look at that lineup. What we're talking about now. Let's look at that lineup
in a lighter way now.
Mamelodi Sundowns.
I remember starting to play PlayStation for the very first time. I'm always like letting the other person know that don't take it easy on me. That's not how I'm going to learn. When I was
you don't start play that in a tough way.
Don't I beat you? Don't mess me up here. I beat him now. And Toyosi. Don't mind it. And you too. I'm just saying, when I was young, much younger, like my secondary school days, starting to play PlayStation with my friends on PS2 or PS1 as at that time. I'm always letting them just play your number. If it's 10, you want to spell my full name, spell my full name. That's how I'm going to learn.
That's how you're going to learn.
Please respect them too. Play your team A. Let them go at it. Let them battle. It's a learning curve for Remo Stars.
Okay, let's get closer to that lineup now. Let's get to see Shalolili as you would expect. Mbokazi should be coming back for this.
No, he's a private player. He's not Sundowns.
Pardon me. Let's look at that lineup. Who are we expecting to play? If they play their first team, who are we expecting not to see on that lineup?
For me, if they're playing their first team, I think they'll just go with this same lineup as the first leg, except they want to make changes. I think there's a certain midfielder, Obas. He should be coming back into the midfield in the place of Ayende. I think they have a player that will be suspended. I'm not sure right now. I can't clock it now. But I think Ayende will be the one that might, be benched for a certain Obas. That's if they want to go for the first team. And it's not going to really look good if they
go for that first team.
Look at what they did in the first leg. It says it all. And they were not even bothered that Remo Stars are even having visa issues. Whenever you get here, just come and receive your beating and go back.
Just come and receive your beating.
Have your hot meal.
So Mamelodi, that's what we're expecting for the lineup. How about Remo Stars? Is there anything that they can do? I like the goal that Remo Stars scored. That's consolation goal. It was a beautifully worked goal. Don't even start. I mean, seeing it's like a league team. We don't see the league matches that I normally watch. I don't see those kind of beautiful goals.
And they scored goals.
It was a beautiful goal.
They scored goals. They scored nice goals.
They scored nice goals in the MPFL.
All right. Okay.
They try.
All right. But Remo Stars, are you expecting anything different from what they played from the first lineup that we saw on the on the first day?
Yeah, maybe I'll just expect the goal scorer to start this time around because he's somebody that comes from the bench. But even though it's inevitable for him to come off the bench and score goals. I was talking about Lashukbo.
Yeah.
So if he gets a start this time around, maybe the goals will come from there. But Mike, we are talking about 5 unreplied goals.
5 away goals.
I don't know.
5 away goals.
Yeah, that's
the away goal rule still stands.
Away goal will still stand. So if he wasn't standing, we'll have said, okay, maybe 4-0.
Yeah.
And this is a team that could struggle to score at home. So we are talking about 5 unreplied goals against Sundowns, even if they use that in B, Mike, now.
It's not happening. So, yeah. Okay, all right. So we're expecting a beating for this team, but it all depends who they bring out.
It depends on the margin.
Maybe 2-0,
3-0,
maybe
something like that. Maybe Remo can score.
Yeah, we'll get to talk about the NFF also, because when you're talking about the NFF, you're also talking about monies. There's this controversy with someone put out, and the money's coming in. The league is also supposed to benefit from that money. We'll get to talk about that. But just before we move on to that, let's take a look at the